Broadcasting live from WOUB TV in Athens, this is Newswatch.
A string of break-ins in Athens. Good evening, I'm Josh Gregory.
And I'm Chelsea Sick. Thanks for joining us. Residents on Congress Street are saying a man is entering into houses. Residents tell WOUB the man walks up and down the street knocking on doors to see if anyone is home. Reportedly, he walks into the houses if the door isn't locked. Residents say if someone is home, he apologizes and leaves. But if they are not home, he steals things. We reached out to Athens City Police. However, Police Chief Thomas Pyle was not available for an interview. We will keep you updated on this story. A mysterious trail of blood was discovered outside the Athens News office on Court Street on Friday. The trail went from North Court Street to Washington and then down East Washington into the city parking garage. The blood was similar to what is seen from a fist fight, according to Athens police officer Nick Magruder. There were no reports of an assault from Thursday night or Friday morning, and the APD has no plans of investigating the trail, according to Magruder.
A bar on Union Street wants to expand its space. The Cat's Den Bar is seeking a zoning change to add a craft beer brewery and additional seating. The expansion would replace an apartment next door. A new apartment would be added above the proposed seating area. Owner John Katowski met with the Athens Planning Commission to discuss zoning issues yesterday. Currently, the site is both a residential and business zone. Katowski is requesting the entire site become just a business zone. The proposed change will be presented to the commission December 1st. Athens County received the Ohio Clean Energy Community of the Year Award for its 101 solar energy systems. Green Energy Ohio presented the award, saying that Athens County's solar sites have been part of their solar tours over the years and that this award, if anything, is overdue. Athens County ranks 4th in the state in terms of quantity of solar energy systems. Washington, Perry, Hocking, Meigs, Vinton, and Morgan counties only have a combined total of 44 systems.
According to the Athens News, Ohio University President Roderick McDavis has accepted a new career position. It has not yet been confirmed as to where this position is. Ohio University spokesperson Dan Pittman said today that he expected McDavis to let the university community know if he had in fact accepted a position elsewhere. McDavis announced earlier this year that he will step down from his position as OU president as of the end of June 2017.
From the Newswatch Weather Center, I'm Matt Thigpen. Right now in Athens, we see 67 degrees. That warm air has moved into our area. Got that snow up in Minnesota. It's keeping us warm down here. South winds at 5 miles per hour. Across our region, 69 in Columbus, 69 in Newark, 67 in Cambridge, 70 in our warmer spot down in Ironton. Almanac, there it is. Record temperature today hit 77 degrees. Our past record was 69, set back in 1948. Wow, we're just blowing past those records. Blew that one by 8 degrees. 59 for those high school games still going on tonight. My alma mater's playing in London, Ohio, just west of Columbus. Great to see them moving so far. Increasing clouds, calm conditions before we really have a rough day on Saturday. Winds out of the south 5 to 10 miles per hour. Chelsea?
High lead levels in the water of 60 Cleveland schools are forcing them to replace all of their water fixtures. The district said they will replace 582 drinking fountains, faucets, and other water fixtures in federal limits. The district also decided to test the water the summer after the water crisis in Flint, Michigan last year. The school district's chief operating officer said no students were exposed to the water this school year because of ongoing testing.
The unemployment rate in Ohio rose between the months of September and October, according to state officials. The State Department of Job and Family Services said Ohio's unemployment rate increased from 4.8% to 4.9%. The national average is 4.9%. The state also said Ohio's non-agricultural wage and salary employment decreased by 2,800 in October. A federal report shows a decline in homelessness in West Virginia over the past 6 years. The Department of Housing and Urban Development says 1,347 people of West Virginia were homeless for at least one night this year. These results show a decrease by 25% in 1 year and a 39% decrease since 2010. HUD also estimates there are 95 homeless youths, 143 military veterans, and 161 people who are chronically homeless.
Mayors in Ohio are banding together to try and boost the influence they have with state and federal policymakers. The bipartisan group wants to improve advocacy and increase collaboration with other levels of the government. The coalition has been in the works since before the election, and it echoes the statements from many U.S. mayors who have been pledging to protect residents' interests during President-elect Donald Trump's presidency.
Federal investigations found that the Cincinnati Zoo's barrier failed to meet safety standards when Harambe, a 17-year-old gorilla, was killed. Harambe was shot in May after grabbing a 3-year-old boy who climbed the fence and fell into the enclosure. The United States Department of Agriculture issued the facility a critical citation because of the incident. Before the child fell into the exhibit, however, the zoo had not been cited for shortcomings with that particular barrier. Cincinnati Zoo has since made the public barrier taller and added surveillance cameras to the enclosure. The World Health Organization issued a declaration about Zika today.
Plus, Donald Trump agrees to pay to settle 3 lawsuits against Trump University. And the president-elect selects 3 people to fill key administration posts. These stories and more when Newswatch returns.
University students really have a huge sense of pride in our campus, in our school, and in our education.
People don't come to Ohio just to go to college. They come here to become a Bobcat.
It's a really unique atmosphere.
Bobcat pride is having that natural camaraderie.
Bobcats are just happy to be Bobcats.
My favorite time of year at Ohio has to be homecoming.
When the alumni come back, you can see that the love of this university doesn't fade.
Once you're a Bobcat, you're always a Bobcat.
Friday nights are all about high school football, but when the games are over and the helmets come off, it's time for some gridiron glory. I'm your host, Danny Dean, back under center. Don't miss a play this season. Join myself and the rest of our team on Friday nights at 11:30 on WOUB, and catch us again on Saturday mornings at 11:30. We are committed to bringing you the stories of players, coaches, and communities, and of course, we can't forget about some highlights. We all know there's nothing better than Friday nights and gridiron glory.
I knew that I wanted to come to Ohio University from the very first time I visited here.
There's something about the campus that grabs you.
It was really comforting.
Very welcoming.
It's one thing to write down your name and your GPA and that kind of stuff and send it in. It's another thing entirely to be here and see how great it is.
The campus here is just electric.
Absolutely gorgeous. Everything just looked really college-like.
I looked at my mom and I said, "This is it." And she said, "The tour's just started." I said, "No, you don't understand. This is it."
My professors really care. They care about my grades, they care about my opportunities, they care about my experiences. They want me to succeed.
They give those opportunities to the students.
My professors have been extremely approachable.
Literally, their door is always open.
You can go to them with pretty much anything.
Everyone knows your first and your last name and where you sit in the classroom.
I really never feel like I'm being talked down to or just being taught material. I always feel like I'm having a conversation.
And they want to share those opportunities and those experiences with us.
New York Attorney General Eric Schneiderman says his lawsuit and 2 others against Trump University will be settled for $25 million. He called it a stunning reversal of President-elect Donald Trump's position. A statement released by his office says, "Donald Trump fought us every step of the way, filing baseless charges and fruitless appeals, and refusing to settle for even modest amounts of compensation for the victims of his phony university. Today, that all changes." The settlement also covers 2 Class A action suits, lawsuit filed in California. Donald Trump's transition team announced the names for 3 high-profile positions in the future administration Friday, but these appointments don't come without controversy. Diane Gallagher explains in this report from Washington, D.C.
The Trump transition is shifting into overdrive, releasing picks for 3 high-profile national security positions Friday, but once again, these selections are not without controversy, especially when it comes to Trump's choice for his national security advisor, retired U.S. Army Lieutenant General Mike Flynn.
His views really scare me, frankly.
An early and loyal Trump backer, Flynn was forced out as the head of the Pentagon Defense Intelligence Agency in 2014, but it's his anti-Islam positions.
It's like a malignant cancer
that have many concerned about the pick, especially since Flynn will not require a Senate confirmation. Kansas Congressman Mike Pompeo, Trump's choice to head up the CIA, will. The Army veteran who graduated first in his class at West Point is receiving praise.
When I saw the choice, I was heartened. I think this is a serious man who takes these questions seriously.
Still, some point to Pompeo's role in the Benghazi hearings. The congressman released his own report faulting Clinton when he felt the Republican-led committee did not go far enough. Trump's attorney general pick is a popular one among conservatives.
My colleague and good friend Jeff Sessions, who is going to make an extraordinary attorney general.
But critics of the Alabama senator are quick to point out that he was denied a federal judgeship in 1986 over allegations he made racist remarks. Jeff Sessions has denied making those remarks. Looking ahead, Trump is expected to spend the weekend going over more potential picks, including a much-anticipated meeting with one-time foe Mitt Romney. In Washington, I'm Diane Gallagher.
The meeting between Romney and Trump this weekend comes after Romney claimed Trump a phony and a fraud during his campaign. They have been mending the relationship since Romney called to congratulate Trump on his victory.
The Zika virus outbreak is no longer an international public health emergency. The World Health Organization issued that declaration today. This doesn't mean Zika may not be a problem where you live, but on a global level, the spread of Zika is under control. The World Health Organization says it will now create a technical committee to handle Zika research and efforts going forward. Right now, there is no vaccine or medicine to treat Zika. Avoiding mosquito bites is the only known prevention.
Volkswagen will shed about 30,000 jobs as Europe's largest automaker tries to recover from its huge emissions scandal. Volkswagen announced Friday that the company will cut 30,000 jobs. Most of those cuts will come in Germany, where the automaker is based. After Volkswagen was found to be cheating on emissions tests, fines and compensation payments have added up to tens of billions of dollars. The company says the job cuts are necessary to reduce costs.
On Wall Street today, stocks were scattered across the board. Here's a look at stocks of local interest. Cold weather may be on the way for us, but at the North Pole, things are warmer than normal. That story's still ahead.
And man, oh man, are we going to hit a temperature whiplash. That'll hit us tomorrow, and we'll see our first flakes of the season this weekend. It's all in my extended forecast.
Professors really care. They care about my grades, they care about my opportunities, they care about my experiences, they want me to succeed.
They give those opportunities to the students.
My professors have been extremely approachable.
Literally, their door is always open. You can go to them with pretty much anything. Everyone knows your first and your last name and where you sit in the classroom.
I really never feel like I'm being talked down to or just being taught material. I always feel like I'm having a conversation.
And they want to share those opportunities and those experiences with us. Ohio University students really have a huge sense of pride in our campus, in our school, and in our education.
People don't come to Ohio just to go to college. They come here to become a Bobcat.
It's a really unique atmosphere.
Bobcat pride is having that natural camaraderie.
Bobcats are just happy to be Bobcats.
My favorite time of year at Ohio has to be homecoming.
When the alumni come back, you can see that the love of this university doesn't fade.
Once you're a Bobcat, you're always a Bobcat.
I knew that I wanted to come to Ohio University from the very first time I visited here.
There's something about the campus that grabs you.
It was really comforting.
Very welcoming.
It's one thing to write down your name and your GPA and that kind of stuff and send it in. It's another thing entirely to be here and see how great it is.
The campus here is just electric.
Absolutely gorgeous. Everything just looked really college-like.
I looked at my mom and I said, "This is it." And she said, "The tour's just started." I said, "No, you don't understand. This is it."
Friday nights are all about high school football, but when the games are over and the helmets come off, it's time for some gridiron glory. I'm your host, Danny Dean, back under center. Don't miss a play this season. Join myself and the rest of our team on Friday nights at 11:30 on WOUB and catch us again on Saturday mornings at 11:30. We are committed to bringing you the stories of players, coaches, and communities. And of course, we can't forget about some highlights. We all know there's nothing better than Friday nights and gridiron glory.
Santa, the elves, and the reindeer might be a little confused right now. Scientists say it's 36 degrees warmer than normal over most of the Arctic Ocean. It's currently polar night in which the sun does not rise for most of the Arctic. It's supposed to become incredibly cold during this time, causing sea ice to grow and thicken. Only that's not happening. The amount of sea ice covering the polar ocean is at a record low. While it is freezing up, it's doing so at what may seem like a glacial pace to scientists and global warming observers.
From the Newswatch Weather Center on the campus of Ohio University, I'm Matt Thigpen. Well, we're some 30-odd degrees above our average. 67 right now in Athens. South winds at 5 miles per hour. Temperatures across the region, upper 60s, even a lower 70 down here in Ironton. Unseasonably warm. Record temperature, high of 77 we hit today. That breaks our record of 69 degrees. We're way above average for this time of the year. And as we take a look at our football forecast for tonight, some of those high school games going on, 59 across the state of Ohio, increasing clouds moving in from the west to southeast. Calm conditions tonight before we hit Saturday. Here's the mess of a storm, creating blizzard conditions up in Minnesota. Bring us snow showers as we come into tomorrow evening. I'll get into that in just a second. But this is not subpar for this time of the year. Our average first snowfall comes in November for this area. Tomorrow, temperatures 43 degrees here in Athens, 45 down in Ironton, 44 down in Columbus, and even 52 in New Martinsville as we see mix of rain and snow showers across the region. Cloudy skies, just a rainy and dreary day. 43 here in Athens. Falling temperatures, rain to a mix of snow and rain as we head into the evening. Hour by hour, it looks like this. 8 a.m., 43 degrees, 80% chance of precipitation. 42 by noon, 38 by 4 p.m. as we cool off. The quicker we cool off to freezing, the faster those snow showers get there. Saturday evening, we see those snow showers, 29 degrees here in Athens. Hour by hour tomorrow night. I want to focus on this because this is when the snow showers come in. 8 p.m., we see those snow showers into the region. Breezy conditions all day tomorrow. Cloudy and breezy throughout the evening tomorrow. Mostly cloudy skies by Sunday evening. As we look at overnight lows for tonight, 44 down in Ironton. Athens, 43 degrees, partly cloudy skies. We see those increasing clouds throughout the evening. Tonight here in Athens, we see 43 degrees, chilly evening, increasing clouds throughout the evening. Weekend outlook looks like this. Saturday, 43 degrees, breezy, rainy, messy day. Saturday evening, 26 degrees, scattered snow showers. Sunday, 40 degrees, sunny skies, partly cloudy. Breezes will light up just a little bit. And here it is, Thanksgiving forecast next Thursday, predicting 50 degrees. Seasonal for this time of the year. Chance of showers. Happy Thanksgiving, folks. Eat up some turkey. Saturday, 48 degrees. A chance of showers and snow showers. 40 degrees on Sunday. Drop those temperatures way down. Next weekend, 43 degrees by Monday. As we head into Thanksgiving, look at that. 50 degrees. Chance of showers returns for Thanksgiving Day. Black Friday, 51 and sunny. Josh?
Thanks, Matt. It's estimated that 90% of us experience an earworm at least once a week. You know, those pesky songs you just can't get out of your head. But why do certain tunes play on repeat in our minds? Mary Maloney goes behind the music in today's Health Minute.
Apologies up front. You are about to get a bunch of pop songs stuck in your head. Music psychologists in the UK created a survey to come up with this list of the catchiest songs and then analyzed the results to see what they all had in common. They found every earworm had 3 essential ingredients. 1, they tend to have a faster pace, something you could really dance to. Earworms are also simple in structure, but with a rhythmic pattern. Sounds may rise in pitch, go back down low, and then rise again. Many nursery rhymes fit this pattern to help children remember them. Finally, the songs all break up that pattern with a few unique intervals to make it stand out. I see a little silhouette of a man. Researchers hope understanding how earworms affect our brains will add insight into how we process memories and moods. For today's Health Minute, I'm Mary Maloney.
If you are looking to get rid of an earworm, researchers have a few suggestions. Engage fully with the song by listening to it through to the end. You can also try distracting yourself with a different song, though this could just leave you with another tune to get rid of, or simply let it run its course and don't think about it.
How's it going, everyone? I'm Duncan Goldberg here for sports. Today was a big day for the Ohio University women's basketball team as they look to move to 2-0 on the season. And tonight looks to be a big night for the Ohio University men's basketball team as they will be taking on the Atlanta taking on the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. And as always, stay tuned to WOUB. Here's a look at what's coming up tonight on your public television station.
Friday nights are all about high school football, but when the games are over and the helmets come off, it's time for some gridiron glory. I'm your host, Danny Dean, back under center. Don't miss a play this season. Join myself and the rest of our team on Friday nights at 11:30 on WOUB and catch us again on Saturday mornings at 11:30. We are committed to bringing you the stories of players, coaches, and communities, and of course, we can't forget about some highlights. We all know there's nothing better than Friday nights and gridiron glory.
Ohio University students really have a huge sense of pride in our campus, in our school, and in our education.
People don't come to Ohio just to go to college. They come here to become a Bobcat.
It's a really unique atmosphere.
Bobcat pride is having that natural camaraderie.
Bobcats are just happy to be Bobcats.
My favorite time of year at Ohio has to be homecoming.
When the alumni come back, you can see that the love of this university doesn't fade.
Once you're a Bobcat, you're always a Bobcat.
My professors really care. They care about my grades, they care about my opportunities, they care about my experiences, they want me to succeed.
They give those opportunities to the students.
My professors have been extremely approachable.
Literally, their door is always open.
You can go to them with pretty much anything. Everyone knows your first and your last name and where you sit in the classroom.
I really never feel like I'm being talked down to or just being taught material. I always feel like I'm having a conversation.
And they want to share those opportunities and those experiences with us.
I knew that I wanted to come to Ohio University from the very first time I visited here.
There's something about the campus that grabs you.
It was really comforting.
Very welcoming.
It's one thing to write down your name and your GPA and that kind of stuff and send it in. It's another thing entirely to be here and see how great it is.
The campus here is just electric.
Absolutely gorgeous. Everything just looked really college-like.
I looked at my mom and I said, "This is it." And she said, "The tour's just started." I said, "No, you don't understand. This is it."
Welcome back. I'm Duncan Goldberg. Well, the OU women's basketball team continues to dominate, as earlier today, the ladies took down the University of Tennessee Martin 72-55 here in Athens. The Lady Bobcats were led by Kiera Lampkins, who messed around and ended up scoring 16 points and hauling in 11 total rebounds, grabbing a double-double. Amani Burke also had a solid night for the Lady Cats, as she chipped in with 13 points and hitting 2 3 balls. The most impressive part of the game for Ohio was their defense, as they wreaked havoc on the Lady Skyhawks, forcing a total of 21 turnovers. The ladies will look to continue their hot start on Monday, as they will host the University of Northern Kentucky at 7 p.m. Northern Kentucky is 0-2 on the season. Staying on the court, but moving from Athens to Atlanta, the OU men's basketball team will take on the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets tonight at 7 p.m. Both teams are off to a good start this season, as they are both 2-0. The Yellow Jackets are coming off a win over the Southern Jaguars, who the Bobcats actually beat in their first game of the season. The Jackets are led by first-year head coach Josh Pastner, who last coached at the University of Memphis. This would be a huge win for the Bobcat program, because this is the only Power 5 conference school the Bobcats will play all season. The Bobcats will be led by big man and NBA hopeful Antonio Campbell, who is averaging a team-high 17 points per game and a team-high 8 rebounds per game. The Bobcats are favored by 4 going into this matchup. Staying on the court, but changing sports, the Ohio University women's volleyball team looks to achieve success in the MAC tournament tonight at 7:30. The Bobcats will be playing the Toledo Rockets, who are the 6th seed in the tournament and just beat Kent State in order to advance and play the Bobcats. Ohio struggled this year in non-conference play, but were able to turn up the heat when conference play rolled around as they went 11-5 in the MAC. The Toledo Rockets finished the season with a better overall record than the Bobcats, but struggled in MAC play, going only 8-8. The winner of this game will go on to play Northern Illinois, who is the 2 seed in the tournament and who is also hosting the tournament. Tomorrow, the Ohio University wrestling team will travel to Annapolis, Maryland to take part in the Navy Classic. The meet will begin at 9 in the morning. The Bobcats won their last dual meet against West Virginia 25-11 and will look to keep their momentum. They also finished 6th in their last tournament meet and will look to build from that last performance. Now back onto the basketball court for the defending NBA champions, the Cleveland Cavaliers. The Cavs are off to one of the best starts in the NBA, but faltered in their last game as they fell to the Indiana Pacers 103-93. One of the main reasons why they may have lost to the Pacers is because LeBron James sat to rest his body for the long, rigorous NBA season. But tonight, LeBron will be back, and the Cavs will look to bounce back at 7:30 as they will be hosting the 6-6 Detroit Pistons. When LeBron is on the court, the Cavs are 98 points better than their opponents, so having LeBron back in the lineup tonight should help. The Pistons will be looking to bounce back after a loss to the struggling New York Knicks. Well, that's it for me here at Sports. Back to you guys.
Thanks. A woman in Arizona has invited a complete stranger to her Thanksgiving dinner. It all started with a phone number mix-up and eventually made her a Twitter sensation. Amanda Goodman reports.
I was stunned.
And tonight, Wanda Dench, a.k.a. Thanksgiving Grandma, is still trying to process how she became a Twitter sensation. It all started with the best of intentions, a group text to her grandsons.
So I said, basically, Thanksgiving, my house, this date, time, let me know if you're going to come. I got a text from, who is this? And I said, it's Grandma.
Enter 17-year-old Jamal Hinton, who was on the receiving end of Dench's text. Since she said it was his grandma, he thought it might be, but to confirm,
I asked for a picture.
So I was thinking, okay, that's strange. So I took a selfie at work. I texted him the picture, and I waited for a response. And I got a text back from somebody I don't know who says, you're not my grandma. But can I still have a plate?
Once the embarrassment of texting a complete stranger had subsided, she decided to respond.
So I just went with my gut and I said, sure, grandmas feed everybody.
Hinton posted the exchange on Twitter on Monday, and that was that, or so he thought. It's since exploded, and so has Dench's phone.
So it's just a bunch of people, can I get a plate? Hey, Grandma, can I get a plate?
Tonight, she had a chance to meet Hinton, thanks to the help of her other grandson.
I'm Wanda, to be exact.
Hi. I'm Jamal.
How are you?
Good.
And that offer to get a plate, well, it still stands.
Hinton accepted that invitation, and he's expected to be at Dench's house on Thanksgiving. Now over to Matt with sports.
Thanks, Chelsea. I'm here with weather, but 43 degrees here in Athens for tomorrow. You can come over, get some dinner with me for Thanksgiving. Mostly cloudy skies, rainy conditions. Snow showers move in tomorrow evening. Saturday night, here it is. Snow showers moving into our eastern counties. 29 degrees. Got those winter storm watches over in our mountains if you're heading into the mountains of West Virginia throughout the day tomorrow night. Saturday, 43 degrees, breezy and rainy. 26, snow showers, breezy, sunny. By Sunday, we see partly cloudy skies as those rainy and snowy conditions move out of our area, but those temps have fallen drastically since we had our today, 77 degrees, 50 for our Thanksgiving for that beautiful plate of food. Seasonal chance of showers, low chance of showers, 30%, still a ways away. 48 degrees on Saturday, 40 by Sunday, 43 on Monday. Thanksgiving brings our next chance of rain. Black Friday, 51 degrees. Guys, how's that look?
Thanks, Matt. And that does it for our broadcast this evening. Thanks for watching. I'm Chelsea Sick.
And I'm Josh Gregory. Stay tuned for the PBS NewsHour coming up next. Remember, you can find the latest news anytime at WOUB.org. Have a great night.
Friday nights are all about high school football, but when the games are over and the helmets come off, it's time for some gridiron glory. I'm your host, Danny Dean, back under center. Don't miss a play this season. Join myself and the rest of our team on Friday nights at 11:30 on WOUB, and catch us again on Saturday mornings at 11:30. We're committed to bringing you the stories of players, coaches, and communities. And of course, we can't forget about some highlights. We all know there's nothing better than Friday nights and gridiron glory.